Hey everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. Today I'm working on a customer project. She asked for a stacked fabric bowl in threes. So that's what I'm working on. She had a specific size that she was looking for, and I tried to aim for that size. And of course some very bright and vibrant colors to play with, and I'm just creating. So what I have here is the smallest of the bowls, and then I've chosen to have a nice, just the gray little speckled bottom, just to, you know, not take away from any of the color that's going around the side. Easy enough to hand stitch on that, so you'll see that on the medium size one here. And then, you know, if she decided that she wanted to have it a little lower, she could always just fold it over the edge a little bit, give it a round edge, or to make another collar pop or what have you. It's, you know, very flexible in that way. It's a great way to use up your scrap bits, as well as maybe you know, a jelly roll you didn't quite know what to do with, and it wasn't big enough to make a carpet. So why not make a couple of, you know, fabric stacking bowls? Okay, so let's put that there, and I'll show you how I did all that bits, and we'll finish doing the largest one. Okay, so we have some very bright colors here. Some of them are already stitched together, as you will see. I used the foam batting, the stabilizing foam for the bottoms, and I thought that worked out really well. I actually just pressed the foam in between the fabric and then just a little trim, and then you did a circle binding all the way around, but I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we'll put that there. Not there. So what we have here is one of the pieces as we go along. So this is a 2.5-inch strip, just like you would for a jelly roll. And then I've taken strips of extra batting that I've had left over from long arm projects, or, you know, projects I've done for myself or what have you. And I've just put them a little shorter, or a little narrower than the width of the fabric, which is 2.5. So maybe 2.25, somewhere in between there. You know, it's not rocket science. And you're just going to put it in and then just pin it. Okay, just like this one is right here. So I'll show you how to do that. Maybe I'll just go like this so Munchkin can get in there. Grab a few pins. You can use your little clips there too. I find that the pins are just a little bit more reliable, so they don't pop off. So I just kind of go from one corner, I just fold it in and fold that in, and you just kind of want to have those meet in the center, and then just fold one rounded edge up to the other and just give a little pin. Okay. Now this was a request because she'd seen the Camden bowl and I thought, oh, well, I'd like a stacked set. So here we go. Uh-oh, here comes you-know-who. He was napping. And then you just keep pinning, going all the way down. And then once you sew it, you get a nice little, you do a little straight stitch at this point in time. And then when we put the strips together, like from one to the next to this, we do a little bit of a zigzag to get them together, okay? It's super easy. Ow, why, kitty? Why you try to climb the mama? Oh, jeez. Hold on, where did that go? All right, this is not working. Come here. Nope, it's not happening. Sorry. I knew he was going to come. I just knew it. All right. Back to where we were. Minus cat distraction. All right. Easy, just to fold it in on itself. Like I said, those little clips work just fine. I find that they were actually, I was moving around, they were popping off, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to pin you. Maybe it was just me. Everybody's got their moment. It's okay. And then once we have those, pretty much you can do them lots of strips at a time or just a few at a time, depending on how many pins you got. And then we're just going to do a little straight stitch all the way down, making sure that sealed edge where those two folded fabrics are over, get all sealed up. Okay. So let's do that with the two we have to do. Now your walking foot could definitely help on this because of the bulk of fabric that's underneath, but you know, your straight stitch foot works just fine. You may want to slow it down a little bit. I slowed down the zigzag just a little bit, just to make sure everything was you want a little bit from kind of column A and a little bit from column B when you're stitching them together. And you can bust your scraps and have some wonderful containers to hold your hairbrush. You could hold, you know, your socks on your dresser. You could have it holding your headbands or some of your favorite jewelry, or you know, make a bigger one for the back door or the door, and you know, that's what the dog's leash is in, and the collar and everything else to go for little WALKs. Those sorts of things. I mean, there's so many ideas you can do with it. You can put them in your office, you can put them in the bathroom, put them in your bedroom. I still have mine on my bedside table. Holds yarn and usually the remote. Go. And most of the fabric that I was using was just fat quarters, but if you had yardages, you could certainly make this a whole lot bigger, and especially even if you had maybe a stiffer batting too, that would also change things. Okay, so now we have those little strips together, easy peasy. This one I'm going to save for the very bottom, or is it the top? I haven't decided yet. But we know we want these two blows to go together, so there we go. We're going to put those underneath the machine, and I like lining them up so that the stitched edge is against a folded edge, and then that way it just takes a little bit of each and it goes all the way down when you're doing a nice zigzag. I try to make the zigzag a little wider. Like if I go to my zigzag stitch right now, it says it's a 3.0 times a 1.5. So I want to make sure that 3.0 is more like a 3.8, 3.9, maybe even a 4, just to make sure it's going to be big enough to get both sides. And of course, if you want it closer or a little bit looser, that's where you change the other number from 1.5 to either a higher or a lower number, depending on what you're looking for. Okay. But I think we're okay to just do the 1.5 because that seems like a good width. And we just want to feed it underneath the feet with where those two fabrics are coming together. That's where the middle of the foot is, which you're just kind of pushing them together. Okay. Oop, oop, oop. Sounds like we got fuzzies going on there. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. All right, let's just do a quick little rethread. It's easier to problem solve is just a quick little rethread here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a bit of a fluff on the end there. It's okay, it happens with thread. Oop. And then just rethread the machine, following all the directions. There we go. And there, all right, it's back under. It's taking a bit of both sides. I don't think I had that there. There we go, sounding better. Okay. Sounding better, working better. There we go. Progress. And then just slow and steady. Sew those two together. And then you'll sew the 4 together and the 5 together and so on and so forth to make the height that you're looking for, whether it's just 5 little strips or 8 strips or 12 strips or whatever. You could easily make a cat bed, you know, make something unique with all your scraps. You can of course piece the scraps together. That's lots of ideas. Place on the counter to put your utensils. Place for the dog toys or the cat toys. Even just a little dolly bed. So many ideas you can work with this. Okay. All right. Now, that little strip of green is just the one single strip that's all by itself in the center. And then when you want to attach the other ones, you just do the same, and you just kind of zigzag the two together, or the three, or whatever, and you make your strip, okay? And then once you have your strip together, you go and you kind of measure which way you're, how much room you're going to need to go around your circle. And how I determined my circle was, she gave me some dimensions, and I used just a little bit of one that I've clipped off before because it had some batting in it. But you kind of maybe, maybe pop an eraser or something under there. You'll put it in the middle of your project. And then I'm going to put the pin in, so it just kind of sits there, so it has something to sit there. And then I took my little erasable marker, and I put one of my small rulers. You can do the whole little string and pencil if you like from the center, and then just mark your circumference, okay? Your circle. And then that's whatever you decide is the size that you want, okay? So then from there, I took my fabrics, placed it in between. And then I pressed it because it's sticky stuff on both sides, okay? It's going to make it one. And then from there, I'll sew the binding on, just very easy. Do a little steam and love here. Made it stick, that's for sure. Okay. Smells like glue. Then here, a little steam and love. And that's really just going to adhere this fabric to that foam. Like it's not going anywhere now. It's all one. And then from there, we'll go and trim it to the circle because we know it's already there. Okay, we can kind of see and feel where the circle is. Okay. All right, we need to round it out. We do a little bit more, so here's a little bit sticking out, so we'll give a little haircut there. Okay, and then from there, we take our binding, and of course we can fold it over, so we have a nice smooth edge here. We tuck that in, go like that, and then we can just go like this. And I'll put a little pin at first, just to pin it in this way, and then you're going to have to maneuver and wiggle as it goes around in the circle. You might get a couple little folds over each other or a pleat or whatever. It doesn't really, it's not that big a deal. And then when you come over, you flip it, and then you'll sew the other side, and you have that all sealed up, just like this one right there. Okay, super easy. All right, let's and then once you get that all together, you want to make sure you're taking your basket. There we go. Once you get it to a point where you can sew the two sides together to make it one, then you take your little bit of black bind, or whatever color you like. I chose black just because you could flip it or flop it and it would still match and everything. And then you just go and sew that on. Same with the folded over technique of the edge, so you're not losing anything. You're not going to have anything frayed. And then tuck it, and then you could either machine sew it or just kind of put a few little stitches in. I'm just going to pin it so you can see here. There. There. And this could be the outside, it can be the inside, whatever works for you or your customer. And then you hand stitch the little circle on the bottom. Okay, and I pretty much have that almost done all the way right here. And I just did that as a little loop stitch, just taking a bit from the one side and then the other side, and then pulling taut. We're using 2 threads, okay, and just gray so it matches. Okay, just like that. And if you didn't have any of this fusible foam that I have, you could just use a couple layers of batting, or maybe a thicker material have at home, like a denim or a suede or a faux suede or something like that. And you can just maybe even quilt it a little bit, or just use a couple of layers to give it that sturdiness that you're looking for. Okay, so you just kind of sew all the way around, taking a little bit from each. try and make your stitches nice and even. You want to make sure they're pretty. If they choose to, you know, flip it or flop it, whichever the way they want to use it, or any which way you want to use it. Okay. You just want to make sure your whatever's lying flat, that little part that's here where it's bound up with the binding, make sure you're trying to lay it flat against the edge as much as possible, and then just snug in your stitches and just pull a little taut. Don't pull too taut that you're going to break your thread, but you know, just taut enough so it kind of tucks it all in. Okay. And then in no time at all, you got yourself a nice little stacked fabric Camden style bowls. And don't forget you can overlap a little bit just for security's sake and do some little loops and knots. I like to try to make at least 2. And then you want to lose the threads in the project. Okay. So once that gets clipped, put that there. And then you have your bowl, whether you flip it out this way or you flip it out the other way, it's, you know, it's completely up to you. It's completely up to the, you know, your project that you have at hand. There we go. I love the colors. I'm hoping she does too, but it was designed actually to have the black on the inside, so because I think she has something very specific designed for this. Okay. So there's that one, and then this one, once stitched up, will get plopped right inside. I'll turn that. It'll go, actually wanted the purple at the top, go right in there, and then this one, it'll be going right on the outside with it all done. So I'm going to finish that as my weekend project, and hopefully you will see it on Saturday's live stream where we're going to be doing our 12-hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and looking forward to seeing everybody there. We're going to work on Munchkin's chocolate cheesecake, as well as a few other projects we have going on here. We have Pop's Block of the Month of March and April, so get your fabrics ready for that, and then we're going to be finishing off the bag that we started, as well as working on our owl project. So we have lots and lots of stuff to do, and look forward to your company. So thank you everybody for watching, liking, and subscribing. We greatly appreciate you here at the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and here's hoping you take on something very cute like this that you can stack and have some fun and do some different designs. You can do heart shapes, you can do squares, you can do whatever you like. Creation is all up here. So thank you everybody. Big hugs from us, and we'll see you soon.